2 at 6, only Channel 2 Action News is taking you inside a raid of the Fulton County Jail. And this is just some of what strike teams confiscated. Things like drugs, cell phones, shanks, a makeshift hatchet, even a bullet. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie has this exclusive story live from Northwest Atlanta. And Mark, the sheriff believes someone actually used drones to get stuff into the hands of inmates.
And the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says this is some of the contraband recovered in the massive shakedown we were on inside the Fulton County Jail. And a lot of the illegal cell phones, which can go for thousands inside the jail, drugs and tobacco recovered, came into the jail via illegal drone drops. Wait till you see the ingenuity involved, however misguided.
The assignment is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing we're going up here to do is a massive shakedown. We're looking for any weapons, drugs, or any contraband that the inmates are not supposed to have.
Sheriff Pat Labatt says the Fulton County Sheriff's Office jail strike team struck a vein of contraband quickly in the first zone they hit.
This is a cell phone and charger found within seconds of hitting this unit.
Yes.
On the high security 7th floor of the Fulton County Jail.
This has been a high priority area for us with respect to drone activity.
And before Saturday morning was done, men and women normally assigned not just to the jail, but to the courthouse and across the sheriff's office, who had assembled in the early morning darkness, had amassed a massive amount of dangerous material inmates aren't supposed to have, but did. Lots of makeshift weapons, including shanks, even a makeshift hatchet, cell phones, even a bullet, suspected drugs. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says all this from one shakedown. These are more than a half dozen suspected crack pipes?
Yes.
Taken from inside the jail?
Yep.
The Sheriff's Office says the shakedown turned up 22 illegal cell phones, suspected marijuana, tobacco, plenty of pills, even a bottle labeled as the prescription drug promethazine. And then there are the weapons.
You know, it's so bad inside of this country, not just the fact that we don't enforce our laws, but then, I mean, all you got to do is go on TikTok, or you can go on TikTok Live, and you'll see they doing whole marathons. They putting on whole shows. Everybody got a cell phone. Everybody got iPads. Like, we've gotten to the point to where we've gotten so relaxed and lax with our laws and enforcement of the laws. I mean, first of all, I'm not even sure how they're able to get stuff in to the point to where it's not geofencing or preventing drones from even coming in the first place. And then secondly, everybody knows, like, even as you see through this, like, this should be literally almost every other day or at least once a week shakedown of every single cell inside of the jail facilities. And then you would start getting some control of what's going on. But I don't know if they don't have the manpower. I don't know if it's just so much politics, even in jail. They getting codeine and promethazine. I mean, they got stuff that you can't even get on the outside without a prescription from somebody else being able to get their stuff and then them not using it. It's so bad in America, not just on the outside of the culture and the things that we experience on a regular basis, but it's so bad to where inside of the jails, they operate, and this is just a jail. This is not even a prison. This is a jail. I'm assuming that it's way worse as far as the level of contraband that you have inside of a prison versus a jail. Now, if this is what they got and they turned up, imagine what they didn't find. And I'm also curious as to what happens when these people, when they find these inside of the cells, how do they then deal with this? And y'all still trying to stand on business and thinking that y'all tough and celebrating these jailbird culture? Yeah, right, bro.
I'm surprised the building's still standing.
Most of the weapons made from things stripped out of the building.
From the plumbing shafts to the lighting fixtures.
It smells like it.
We had watched as the stuff piled up in that one zone. Where'd those come from?
Cell 504.
It's just that commissary kiosk.
But what's it turned into?
The charging station.
This is marijuana from California. They found it in cells. And that's marijuana?
Yes, sir.
How did that phone get in the window? Through the inmates burning. They'll use, as you can see, the exposed wires up in the light fixture, so they'll use that to start fires, and then they will just sit there until they can melt away the the plastic. So the reason why now the inmates burn the holes inside of the windows is because they're using drones.
We told the story of drones in prisons, but drone drops are now a major factor in the contraband trade at the Fulton County Jail.
Absolutely. Some have crash landed and ultimately with different types of payloads.
Ain't trial. 15 on right. I'm awaiting trial.
Innocent or guilty?
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Near the zone, we got shakedown reaction from one inmate.
We don't have no problems back here. These folks coming up here antagonizing it. We ain't got no problems up here.
The inmate we interviewed on camera earlier this morning, what'd you find in the cell he shares with somebody else?
We collected 2 cell phones out of that cell.
But they ain't got no problems. So wait a minute. You awaiting trial, saying that you innocent, still out here doing crazy stuff inside of the prison. And that's just supposed to be, these folks is coming over here antagonizing us. Yo, at this point, y'all better get that same cell that they had Magneto in. You know, the one that's all glass that you can just, the same way that people are walking through with their backpacks and they got to have all clear backpacks depending on where they go, is the same way. And you ain't even got to get it in through a guard no more. Ain't got to worry about guards. Ain't got to worry about none of that. They just using drones. They burning up the building, tearing it down, shaking it down. My man said it. He said, look, bro, I'm surprised the building is still standing the way that they taking stuff apart and making it into makeshift whatever it is that they want to do. But you know what they doing? I heard over in California that they trying to create more nicer prisons to force the prisoners to have a better attitude while they there. I didn't know that we were supposed to negotiate with terrorists. Put them in the Magneto cell and let them ride out just like that. No metal, no nothing. No nothing. As you do it, okay, well, we going to adjust it. We learn more. Now we just going to do things a little bit differently.
You know anything about a couple of cell phones?
No name about no contraband. No name about no contraband, no cell. I'm here awaiting trial.
In fairness, Natalie Ammons with the sheriff's office says there is no way to know if the cell phones belong to the inmate we interviewed, a cellmate, or someone else, and he was not charged with them.
So you find it in a cell, but you're not charging them with nothing. And why? And this is what I'm saying. They have no reason to not go as hard as they've been going because they know that you're not going to get hard on them and get tough on crime and prevent them from doing it. And so if there's no repercussions that come along with it, and all you got to say is no contraband, no contraband, and I don't know why these folks is bothering us. Then what did you think was going to happen? And this is the one idiot that's okay with going on camera and saying something. Imagine all of the other people.
And I guess this image puts a fine point on the danger faced by staff and inmates here in the Fulton County Jail. The sheriff's office says the jail staff does smaller shakedowns on a regular basis, but the last one of this magnitude was shortly before Thanksgiving. Live inside the Fulton County Jail. Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Listen, bro, for all of y'all tough guys and everybody that's thinking that, you know what I'm saying, they could do their time standing up and all of this like a man. Listen, there ain't nothing manly about having to make makeshift contraband and hide cell phones inside of your. Ain't nothing cool about that, bro. It ain't nothing cool about waiting trial. It ain't nothing cool about doing crime and destroying and tearing up your communities. And more importantly, being locked up. Ain't nothing cool about it. I know that they try to glorify it. You even got people on these live streams that talk about how cool they was when they did their time and stuff. They institutionalize and they think just like the most ignorant people that you've ever seen in your life. They ain't no better because they come out here and they creating this celebration of culture. Obviously not all of them, but it's a lot of them creating and celebrating this trash culture that we then automatically think that you get stripes. So we got free this person's t-shirts on just because they over here, you know, saying it and glorifying it in our music and on these streams and stuff. And ain't never been nothing cool about going to jail and the fact that you got to worry about your safety, even as a police officer or a correctional officer that's monitoring these jails, and then women be in there too and all. Man, I'm straight. Let me know what y'all think inside the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.